Progress.
Kia ora team.
Kia ora, Ards. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good? Cool. Who wants to kick off? Chris?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you smiling. Chris?
I might as well, since I'm already unmuted. G'day, Ardie.
Hey, Chris.
First of all, how's the body feeling after having that concussion and having a week off?
Yeah. What was that? Now the body's all good. I'm feeling fresh after a week off, but grateful for it. So ready to go. Really excited to go.
How important is having a week off in such a busy schedule like you guys have at the moment?
Yeah, it was kind of a weird one. You know, we played in Perth. Well, before we played Perth, we had a couple of weeks off, and I know my body likes to play consistently to get things going, and I just look at it, a week off helps me to, I guess, play longer in the long run. So yeah, it's nice, but it was good to be on the other side and prep the boys that we're playing. So.
From obviously captaining again this weekend, it's a very new look sort of forward pack from what we saw last time out. Has there been any sort of communications with some of the combinations that maybe haven't had as much time playing together this week in the lead up to the game on the weekend?
There hasn't. There probably have been conversations between the guys, but we haven't really noticed any change, and I think that's the beauty about this tour is that we're kind of around each other 24/7, and for us it doesn't matter who puts on the jersey, that they've got a job to do and do it justice. So I'm really looking forward to the guys that they're getting the opportunity this week to go out there and perform.
Wait, thanks, mate.
Cool. Who wants to jump in?
I'll jump in.
Jamie, yeah?
Yep. Thanks, Joe. G'day, Ardie.
Jamie?
Couple of relatively young and inexperienced guys in the team, and Tupai and one player. I know you mentioned the other week that part of what you're trying to do as a captain is get around and have a word to everyone. Have you talked to them this week? And if so, what have you said? What sort of encouragement?
I just, it's kind of the boys know what's expected of them in terms of nailing their role this week and doing their job. I'm a real big words of affirmation dude, so I just like to encourage in small ways and remind the boys that they're here for a reason, and that's about it. I trust them to do their job, and they're in this team for a reason. So even though they've had less caps, it doesn't matter. I think those boys are raring to go.
Nice one. And just away from rugby, I saw you put out a tweet the other day just asking if you could get some advice about NFTs.
Yeah.
I'm quite interested to know what you learned and what you could tell the folks at home about NFTs and where you're interested in.
Yeah, I'm just kind of dabbling in that space, seeing DC, I guess, reveal what he's doing, and just an opportunity to tap into that space, digital assets. That's where the world's heading into the digital world. So just trying to maximize opportunity if there is. So yeah.
So, nice one. Did you learn much?
Yeah, a little bit. I just follow Gary V and his V friends and all that stuff, and just kind of pick my brain, and I'll pick their brain and just kind of learn.
Cool, man. Thanks for that.
All good.
Thanks, Jamie. Mark, do you want to jump in? Mark Kendrick?
Yeah. Hey, Ardie.
Mark?
I just wanted to ask you about FOMO, fear of missing out. What's it like when you're watching an All Blacks team perform like it did last week? Pretty emphatic, very clinical. And then I guess, for you guys, 11 changes. So a lot of the guys who watched last week get the chance this week. Can you just talk about that kind of motivation that exists within this very competitive All Blacks group?
Yeah, I think it's an awesome thing. Standing on the sidelines, running the water, seeing the boys do what they did last week was pretty special. But for us, it's even though there have been changes, it's about backing that up. And I think for us, is if we turn up thinking the same performance we did last week will be enough, then we're kidding ourselves. So we know the Ardie boys, they're a wounded beast and they're dangerous right now. So if we don't turn up, it could be a long day.
And just within your unit, I mean, it's a group. I doubt you guys have ever played together. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Ethan, yourself, and Hoskins is the starting loose trio. Just how have you got around each other? What are the sort of messages that you've been giving to that group this week?
We're just kind of been doing the same process we have been with all of us loosies. Like I said before, it's kind of like being together 24/7. It's kind of nice because we get to have those little discussions and conversations away from the field. So nothing's really changed. Just trying to nail our job, nail our role, learn it, and then hopefully kind of pull trigger on Saturday.
Well, just last one for me. What did you pick up watching last week, Ardie, that you want to take out and do on the field this week?
I guess just match and be better in the physicality space. We know how physical Argentina is, and like I said, they're going to come firing this week again. So if we can match that physical space, then they'll hopefully let our game flow.
Cool, thanks, Ard. Joe, Porter, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Hey, Ardie, how are you?
Hey, bro. I'm good, thanks.
Hey, I was just wondering how you've managed to, I guess, turn off or tune off from rugby when you are in such a tight-knit environment with your team unable to escape them so easily.
Yeah, just connect with the boys, have a laugh, have a coffee. For me, calling home's a massive one. Seeing the kids and my wife is pretty special. So there's a lot of things that the boys do, a range of things. But yeah, those are the kind of main things that I do to switch off and stimulate the mind away from the game.
And just in terms of the performance on Saturday in Brisbane against Argentina, obviously Ian Foster, the coach, was impressed last week with the patience the team showed. So how, when you've got a bunch of guys who are coming in who want to, I guess, stamp their mark and show what they can do, how do you sort of keep them patient and make sure they don't play their hands too early?
Yeah, and that's up to us leaders to drive that with DMAC and myself and the rest of the leaders on the field, kind of controlling the game and leading the boys around. We just want the boys to go out there and just play and not think, and it's up to us leaders to drive that. So the boys did that really well last week, and it's up to us this week, the boys that are putting on the jersey, to do a job.
Awesome, Ars. Anyone else got any last questions?
Yeah, I'll just one more, please.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you watched the Wallabies Springboks game, and if so, what do you think? What did you make of that, mate?
Yeah, I kind of caught the last 10 minutes of it, which was kind of, seeing Quaid, get the penalty kick. But I didn't really watch the game at all, mate, so I can't really comment on it.
No, fair enough.